You'll be through to the floor soon.
What?
Well, that table must be clean by now.
Yes, I suppose so.
Ooh, we are in a bad mood this morning, aren't we? Get out the wrong side of bed.
I didn't sleep very well.
Shame. I slept like a log.
I'm glad to hear it. I would have thought the reason for my mood, as you call it, was perfectly obvious.
Really?
Well, I suppose you didn't mention my proposal in an effort to spare my feelings.
It was serious, was it?
Of course it was serious. I made that perfectly clear.
Well, you didn't go down on one knee.
What?
Well, I'd have known you were serious if you'd have gone down on one knee. Oh, better serve this customer. Morning.
Morning.
What can I get for you, Seth?
I've come to see Mr. Turner, actually, but I might as well have a pint now, I'm here.
I thought you were sticking to halves because of your condition.
That's what I want to talk to you about, Mr. Turner. You'll have heard that this newspaper's paying for my operation. As a result, they're chucking me out of my hotel.
Yes, typical of the gutter press. No regard for people's feelings.
Is there anything we can do to help, Seth?
Very neighbourly of you, love. I'm going to need a room till I get on my feet again, you see. I just wondered if you knew a out that were vacant.
Well, there might be some room in Frank Tate's holiday village.
A cabin in winter. No good to a man in my condition. I'm going to see Vic Windsor in a bit. He might know about something.
Well, couldn't we have him here, Alan, till he finds something else?
I don't think that would be suitable.
Oh, come on, Alan, he's homeless.
Yes, but... well, I suppose.
It'll only be for a few days, won't it, Seth?
It's a very kind offer, Mr. Turner. Thank you. You're staying here yourself, aren't you? You and me and Mr. Turner. Couldn't be cosier.
Seth?
Yeah?
£1.28 for a pint.
Is there a discount for residents?
Please, sit down.
Oh, thank you. I haven't had any experience of this sort of thing, but I'd work hard and I'm a quick learner.
Good. Well, what made you want to apply for the job?
I think it'd be interesting work. And I need to be working locally at the moment.
Because of Alice.
Oh, you know about her, do you?
I haven't lived here long, but I do know that gossip is the fuel of village life.
I'm going to apply for custody.
I see.
That's why I want to be close. That's why I need the job.
Look, if I may say so, I don't think now's the time to be pushing a custody battle. Not with Nick in hospital, not in the state he's in.
I'm just doing what I think's best for Alice.
Are you going to the public meeting tonight?
What's that got to do with it?
A lot of people have suffered in the village, including Nick and Alice, and indeed, in some ways, yourself. The meeting tonight is about rebuilding, not just houses, but lives. Now, that's the way forward, not opening up old wounds.
You're not going to give me the job, are you?
Look, I'm sorry, but I don't think this is going to be in your best interests at this time. But if I can be of any help between you and Nick...
Oh, you reckon it's worth something, then?
Well, I'll have to do some sniffing around, but yeah, I think we could be talking big money. One thing I am sure about is that Pollard was trying to rip you off.
I knew that as soon as he started breathing heavy.
Hello. What we got here, eh?
Oh, I don't know. But whatever it is, Wally must have wanted to look after it, but he won't have bothered covering it up.
Right, give us a hand.
Oh.
Well. Well. You don't see a lot of them about.
Hey, Samson, look at this. Clean it up a bit, you'll look great pulling that.
Probably him that covered it up.
Mind if I join you?
No, of course not. But I'm going soon. I just looked in for a quick snack between calls.
That's okay. Your dad will be here in a minute. He's just gone over to the village hall, check up on arrangements for tonight's meeting.
Becoming quite the community leader, isn't he?
Well, that's good, isn't it? If that's what he wants.
You probably know more about that than me at the moment.
Look, Zoe, I know you've been avoiding me, us, for the last few weeks.
I've just been busy, that's all.
I think it's a bit more than that. And I can't blame you for being protective of him and a bit suspicious of me.
I don't intend coming between you, if that's what you're worried about.
We used to be good friends, Zoe. And I think we could again, if we just cleared the air between us a bit. At least let's talk about it.
But I've really got to go.
Well, after the meeting, then. Please. It's important to me.
Okay, but I've got to go.
Cheers.
Shirley,
Yeah?
I'm sorry to press you on this, but this really is a matter of some importance.
Not now, Alan. I'm busy.
I don't think I can wait much longer for your answer.
Oh, back again, Seth.
I was wondering if this would be a good time to inspect my room.
No, it most certainly isn't.
How's he taking it?
There you go. Thank you. Not very well. He's giving the doctors and nurses a really bad time. Not a very good patient.
He never was. This time he's got good reason.
Well, he's bored, just lying there, nothing to do. I've taken him books, magazines and cassettes, but he's just not interested. He said it was because I couldn't be bothered to talk to him.
He doesn't mean it. He's just taking his bitterness out on you.
I know, but it doesn't stop it hurting. I'm really trying to help him through this, Zoe.
Can't be easy for you either. Have the doctors told you anything new?
No, not really.
Look, I haven't said anything to you or anyone else, but I saw you and Josh when... Do you want to talk about it? Maybe it's best if you've made up your mind.
Chris needs me.
Good turnout, eh?
That's what I was hoping for.
Your husband's really been a tower of strength through all this. You must be very proud of him.
Oh, I am. But he's not my husband. We've just got divorced.
Oh dear, rather put my foot in it, haven't I? I'm sorry.
Don't be. Suppose I seem rather careless, chucking someone like him away.
Yes, I'd swap him for Bernard any day.
Here, you can stay out for a start. How dare you show your face in here again, you scumbag!
This is chaos. Do you think I should call the meeting to order?
Yes, I think it'd be a good idea.
You're not welcome here.
He's my guest.
You can stay. You're part of the village, even though you do have lousy taste. But he's a parasite.
My newspaper's done a lot for this place.
I doubt if many people share that opinion. Now, either you turn around and walk, or I throw you out. Got it?
I'll see you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, could I have your attention, please? Thank you.
Who put her in charge?
It's a teacher, always a teacher.
We've got a lot to get through this evening. I now call upon Mr. Cyril King and would like to take this opportunity on behalf of the community to thank him for the marvellous work of the emergency services under his direction during this tragedy.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to say that the emergency teams would also like to express their gratitude to you. But for your extraordinary courage and hard work, the death toll would have been much higher. Now, there are still many questions to be asked about the accident itself, but these will be addressed at the inquest. The purpose of the meeting here tonight is quite different. You're here to find a way forward for your village. Our work is almost done now. So I'd like to hand you over to Mr. Frank Tate.
None of us will ever forget that night. 138 died on that plane, 9 on the ground. They weren't just statistics. They were family, friends, neighbours. None of us has been untouched by it. The County Council have proposed that a tree should be planted for each victim as a lasting tribute. But, grateful as we are, we need more than memorials now. The village is news. Not that we ever wanted it to be, but it's meant that donations have come in from all over the world. Money can't bring back the dead. It can't make us forget what happened that night. But there is practical things to be done. Homes and businesses have been destroyed. Years of hard work laid to waste in a single night. We have got to start rebuilding this community. All monies will be channeled through an official disaster fund, which will be administered by a board of trustees, who in turn, for legal reasons, will be advised by a local committee of local people. Because to get anything positive out of this disaster, to build hope out of despair, our voice has got to be heard. That's what we're here for. It's not going to be easy for any of us to talk about what we lost that night, but we're together in this, and we have to establish what this village wants and needs so that the process of rebuilding can begin. And with your help, I hope we can look back on this evening as a new beginning. The night when the village was reborn. Thank you.
It's proposed that the following should be appointed. Mr. Frank Tate. Mr. Alan Turner. Mr. Turner.
Aye, aye. What you two been up to?
Come in, Alan, and sit down. You've just been proposed as a member of the advisory committee.
And Mrs. Lynn Whiteley.
What are you doing?
I'm going back to Leeds tomorrow, and I'm taking Alice with me.
You can't.
She's my daughter. Look, I've tried to meet you halfway. I even asked Dr. McAllister for a job so I could stay in the village. But it's no good. You're all against me.
That's not true, Elsa.
Oh, I know what people think of me round here. I'm some kind of monster who turned her back on her own daughter. And Nick's some kind of hero. Well, the truth now is that Nick's a shambling wreck who can't look after himself, let alone a baby.
Elsa, you can't mean all that.
Oh, yes, I can. What did you expect me to do? Get it together with him? We've nothing in common except for Alice. The difference being I can look after her. He can't.
Are you sure you can look after her? Have you thought of all the arrangements that need to be made? Money, childcare?
I'll manage. We're always hearing MPs complaining that single mothers get more out the state than married ones. Well, I intend to get every penny I can for Alice, because she's all that matters to me now.
Couldn't you even wait until he gets out of hospital?
There's no point.
Have you got any idea what this is going to do to him?
Oh, he's always got his loving family to support him, which is a damn sight more than I have. From now on, it's just me and Alice.
We've certainly got a lot to discuss at our first trustees meeting.
So, unless there's any other business, I think I can declare this meeting closed.
I've got some other business.
Yes, Shirley.
Alan Turner and I would like to announce that we're going to get married. And if anyone wishes to congratulate us, you'll all be very welcome at the Woolpack afterwards. Drinks on the house, love. Thank you. Come on, Vic, we're going.
I'm going to a pint.
We're going.
Look, I want to...
Vic, can I just check I'm still all right for a lift to hospital tomorrow?
Yeah. Fine.
Congratulations, Alan.
Thank you, Jack.
I'm sorry we won't be able to come to the Woolpack because we've got to go and visit Ma. But, you know you have all our good wishes.
Thank you. Thanks ever so much.
You're a dark horse, Mr. Turner. Never told me I was going to move into a love nest when I came out of hospital.
Yes, Seth, I think we're going to have to talk to you about this.
Cards on the table, okay? I don't know if me and your dad are going to get back together permanently or not.
It's what he wants, that's obvious.
Yeah, and maybe I do too. But it's early days yet, and, well, things have gone wrong before. All I know is that we're both working at it at the moment, the best we can. And I'd like you to give us a chance.
And if it doesn't work? Look, when I came home, I had my own problems, things I needed to sort out, and quite frankly, Dad was the last person I'd have spoken to about it at the time. We were never that close when I was a child. Chris was always the favourite, the one he was building up the business for, and I was just a gawky kid who liked animals. It never seemed very important to him. And suddenly I was faced with this big, vulnerable man who happened to be my father, who was falling apart at the seams. Back on the booze again. And I resented the responsibility at first. But gradually I saw how much he needed me, and we started to talk almost for the first time in our lives. And it surprised me to realise how much I love him. I don't want to see him hurt again.
Nor do I. And I do understand what you've been going through. Frank was in a pretty bad way when your mother died. And it was me he turned to.
Yes, I know.
But I don't think you know how I felt. Yes, I was in love with him. But I was his secretary. I didn't expect... All I wanted was to be there for him. You have to believe that. I just wanted to help him through it. Sometimes I thought it was hopeless. Something in him had died that couldn't be rekindled. And I just kept trying. I couldn't believe he loved me at first. I always thought I'd be second best, on the rebound from all that grief. It's ironic that it should have been me that brought him to that state again. It's not something I'm proud of. But I can't change what's happened. All I can do is try and make things better again. And in case I didn't mention it, I love him too. So, where do we go from here?
Home, I guess.
Sorry we're late, Ma. We had to go to this big meeting in the village hall. I wish you could have been there. Everyone chipping in with their ideas about what should be done. I'll bet you'd have had a lot to say. Things really seem to be starting to happen again here. The crash seems to have brought people together. I'm even thinking of working with Frank Tate. Can you imagine that, Ma? He's changed a lot since this happened, though. Been trying to help us with the toxic waste. He even offered to pay for Samson's keep while he's on Emmerdale land. Don't even know who Samson is, do you? Oh, it's hopeless, Sarah. She can't hear me. She can't hear anything. There's just been no change since she's been in here. How long are we going to go on pretending? She might just as well be dead.
So, you're thinking of setting up in practice by yourself?
Well, why not? If Vernon McAllister can do it, so can I. I was talking to him about it tonight. I reckon Beckenhale's big enough for its own vet now.
Never realised you were so ambitious. You really are your father's daughter. Frank? Frank? What on earth's wrong?
I was on a real high when I got back from that meeting, full of myself and my speech. And then I got back to this. It's a letter from the baby's grandparents, thanking me for what I did. I guess it brought back what all this is really about. That no matter how many plans we make, it's too late for some people. And nothing I can do will ever help them. Things happened that night that will never be undone. Not by me, or anyone else.
Goodbye, Ma.
I'll come and see you again tomorrow.
And tomorrow. And tomorrow. And tomorrow. I can't go on like this, Sarah. That's not my mother in there. I mean, she's stuck somewhere between life and death. We don't even know if she could survive without those machines. She couldn't die even if she wanted to. If she's capable of thinking about it, which I doubt. There's no dignity, no contact, and no hope. It's like some ghastly game, and we're all playing along with it, pretending we believe that she's going to get better.
Because it's easier than having to face the alternatives.
They have to be faced sometime. Today, tomorrow, next year. That's not my mother in there, Sarah. She wouldn't want this. She wouldn't want to live unless she could lead a full life. Look, you heard what the doctors have said. The first question is whether she could survive without the machines. Now, if she could get over that hurdle, I could believe there was some hope. If not, I think it would be better if she was dead.
Come on. Joe's thinking positive.
He just can't face up to it. It's not fair to Ma or to any of us. I don't want to lose her, Sarah. But she may already be gone.